My name is Kiarra Givhan, and I present to you my reflections on Paulo Freire's Pedagogy of the Oppressed. Pedagogy of the Oppressed challenges marginalized groups to constantly re-examine their existence in relation to the world with the goal of becoming more fully human. Chapter 1 caused me to truly think about what it means to be human and what it means to possess one's own humanity. People tend to discuss humanity in terms of kindness and generosity. Our Constitution even mentions inalienable rights. But are we truly allowing every person to live out and work toward their full humanity? It seems that oppression is like a roadblock, forcing the oppressed to adapt and take detours in life. But Freire empowers the oppressed and everyone to re-examine what they see, to separate themselves and objectify their reality. As social workers, our clients may feel their path has already been created and there's no way around the obstacles. But Freire challenges us to engage in reflection and action. To do this, Freire says people need hope. I totally agree. In my experience, hope and faith are necessary components for motivation to keep striving and fighting. With nothing to look forward to, it's hard to take action. Chapter 2 focuses on the banking method of education and how this dehumanizes both the teacher and the student, both the oppressed and the oppressors. As social workers, it can be easy to see ourselves as the experts, pouring information into our helpless and confused clients, depositing our wealth of knowledge to the uneducated. Chapter 3 provides the solution to oppression and dehumanization, and that is dialogue. We must come together to exchange ideas, to create and recreate our worlds. Through dialogue, we allow each other to name our worlds and transform our realities. Once we name our world, we can investigate it. What I took from this is, as social workers, we have to allow our clients to name their world and name their problems. Allow them to tell us who they are and what they experience. Together with our clients, we investigate their thematic universes and how each part of their life interacts with the other parts. I am there to exchange ideas with the clients as teacher-student and student-teacher. Freire states that dialogue is an act of creation. He writes, and I quote, "Dialogue is the encounter in which the united reflection and action of dialoguers are addressed to the world which is to be transformed and humanized." End quote. Through our exchanging of reflection and action, we address the client's world and ultimately my world as well. If the world is made better for the client, the world is made better for me as well. We are both humanized through this interaction. Chapter 4 focuses on the differences between the banking model or anti-dialogical actions and the problem-posing method or dialogical actions. To align with dialogical theory as a social worker, it is my job to understand what my clients confront on a day-to-day basis, whether physically or existentially. If I, as a leader, want to join in the fight for liberation and humanity, I must get in the boat with my clients and row with them. We must wade through the waters of liberation together. After much reflection upon Paulo Freire's words, I have come up with 3 specific ways I can apply his work in my practice as a social worker. Number 1, develop strong active listening skills. Active listening involves not only hearing what the person says, but reflecting on it as well. Through active listening, I am able to investigate the themes in my clients' lives. The client and I start to piece together the client's thematic universe, which includes their identities, values, hopes, goals, motivations, culture, feelings, thoughts, and experiences. Number 2, do not label the client. I must allow the client to name their problems and to name their experience. Even if their naming is not the most accurate reflection of reality, I must allow them to name it first before we can reflect on that and rename it. Number 3, do not equate action with progression. Being a strengths-based profession, we are taught as social workers to meet the clients where they are. Sometimes we think clients are not changing if we don't see tangible actions. Freire writes, and I quote, "Those who through reflection perceive the infeasibility or inappropriateness of one or another form of action, which should accordingly be postponed or substituted, cannot thereby be accused of inaction. Critical reflection is also action." End quote. This means that time spent critically reflecting is just as important as seeing tangible change.